Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hunter Foreman, and this is the third part of the Talking to the People, where I typically air my grievances or share my thoughts with you guys. I don't know what to think at this moment. I'm kind of, that kind of, I try to be a positive person sometimes, and I try to be, 80% positive and just try to keep, the thoughts going. But there's just something about, happiness that I think has an aura to it. And what I mean by this is that happiness is a great thing to have in your life. But it also can be bad. And what I mean by that is that you can be happy, but for the wrong reasons. And I've been watching a certain show called The Ranch that got me thinking. Currently it's the third season, and currently there's stuff going on that kind of made me think. So I decided to, share my thoughts with you guys. There's a part in life where you do certain things and you feel no remorse. You think you're doing the right thing, but in reality, you aren't. You could be happy that, you don't have to go to jury duty. But the jury that you possibly could have been voted on was a very important trial and could have, helped shape the face of crime in America. You could be happy that, you don't have to babysit some annoying kids, but something happens to their annoying kids. It's a cause and effect when it comes to happiness. You can be happy for a really long time, and it could be for the right reasons, but you can also feel happy for a short amount of time, and it'd be, something that makes you think, like, wow, like, I'm happy about this, but in reality, people are sad. And I've been happy for the right reasons. I've been happy because I can actually look in the mirror and say, I like who you are. Not a lot of people can do that. It's a sad thing that people, necessarily can't do that, because we live in a world where the self-esteem meter starts very short because of due to social media and you getting ridiculed by people sometimes you don't even know. And I just feel like, when I see girls post their bodies on Instagram and girls make fun of them, calling them names and making just terrible references to their bodies, it makes me think, what goes through the person's mind of the commenter that makes them want to do this? And I know I'm jumping on my thoughts around here, but I think I'm going to stick with this one for a minute. No, I really want to know, what makes a person go online to bash somebody else? Is it emotion? Is it logic, meaning like it's logical to think to respond to this? I want to know, because I've seen girls who I know personally, who are very good people, get treated very bad. Whether it's online or whether it's in public, I understand. Well, actually, I don't. Actually, I don't, because I'm not a girl, duh. But I understand it's kind of hard as of now to be a young person in this day and age. because of everything's so accessible and everything is instant gratification. If you could if you have thoughts, you have a device that you can, and a social media outlet to give your thoughts into. But certain people don't want to use that outlet to spew their thoughts because they're afraid of what other people think. Now, in 2015, right after I graduated, I was depressed. I think I've told this story before. I don't think on air, but I haven't told the full story. In 2015, I was depressed. I didn't know, because I didn't know where I was going. The light I didn't think there was any light at the end of the tunnel when it came to my future. And for me to think that I could be here where I am today, I wouldn't have thought back then. I mean, I was actually going into the military, and I was thinking that was going to, change me. But then something happened. I'll tell you guys a story. On the way to MEPS, which is the enrollment for the military, I had a revelation. And people will, and I think you guys will understand why hip hop music has a very, very big part in my life. I was on the way there, and on the radio came "One Man Can Change the World" by Big Sean, Kanye West, and John Legend. Now, I'm not going to go typical, the message of that song made me change my mind. No. I kept hearing the words, "One man can change the world." I just kept hearing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Until I'm sitting at the dinner table with people I don't even know, looking across on another table and seeing a man in t-shirt, jeans, a man who looks like my age, talking to a man in a suit and showing him what his idea is. And I know it's wrong. I was always taught not to stare, but it was just so hard not to, because it's like I saw what I could do. I saw that I could be in that position. But with what would be the idea is the question. What would be the idea is the question. And then my test results came back for the ASVAB. I failed. Let's just be honest. I failed. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because when I got home that day, it made sense. Everything made sense. The channel was born, and the idea of the channel was born that day. Because I saw one man plead to another person that this idea that I am spewing my emotions into, because he was using his hands just like how I use when I talk. He was spewing his heart out into this one idea that this man can give him the opportunity to share to the world. And then I kept hearing, one man can change the world. And then, boom. The next day, I woke up with a smile on my face. And most of you are thinking, well, Hunter, you had a great future. You could have had a great future in the Air Force. But that's not where the story ends. See, the story continues when I get a phone call. I'm not going to disclose this man's information because I respect him too much. But this man called me and said, Hunter, I spoke to your dad, and I know you're looking for a job. Why don't you say you come work for me? And I said, I don't got anything else to do. I'll see you tomorrow morning. And that sparked the positivity in me. Because I knew whether how long it was going to take me, whether it's going to take me 3 years, whether it's going to take me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That but I knew right at that moment what I just did was accepting a phone call after basically almost wasting an opportunity. I knew what I was doing was right. And I've been at the same job ever since. And that started in August of 2015. Then the following month I started college. Until this day, I've never been happier. 2015 was the worst year of my entire life. I lost friends. I didn't know what my future. I didn't know where my future was going. I didn't know where I was going until August of 2015, where that all changed. And the reason that I'm telling you this refers back to happiness. Happiness isn't instant gratification. Happiness is something that comes to you. If you're listening to this and you can actually say that you're not happy, guess what? It's all right. Because one day it's going to hit you. Just like it hit me. And the reason I created this network, known as the Flight 96 Network, is to be able to tell you just that. What you are going through isn't unique. Everybody goes through something. Everybody's been through things. I guarantee you. I've been through terrible things. I've been through breakups. I've been through losing family members, losing friends, just overall just bad days. I've been through arguments. I've been through everything. But none of that is gonna matter until the moment you can sit there and you think you figured. Now I don't know if what my future holds at this moment. But I know that right now at 11:10 p.m. on June 16th, I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with what I do. I'm happy with the current state I'm in. And I know it only gets better because I know what decisions to make. These are things people are going to have to understand. They're going to have to understand that these things just don't come when you snap at the finger. They just don't. They don't. And until you understand that and you let your happiness come to you, only then will you find peace. Because I have found peace in me. In me. In me. I've found peace within myself. I know from this point forward, I'm going to be happy for years to come. Now, is there going to be some dry periods and some dead periods? Of course they are. Am I going to lose a job? Am I going to lose money? Am I going to do this, do that? Of course I am. We all go through bad times. It happens. But I live by the credo that bad times do not last forever. Nor good times. And just like I always say, life is full of moments to where you can look at your surroundings, and at that very moment, you have zero worries, you like who you are, and you have found peace. If those three things are existing right now, you just had a moment. And that moment was a long time coming. Because I know you could be stuck in a dead-end job. You could be going through a terrible relationship. You could be having withdrawals of something. But guess what? Everybody goes through those kinds of things. Now, I've been able to share my story. Now, there's certain people, and I will name these people, just let me get to the point. There's certain people that have not been on this podcast that I want to, and it's for the right reasons. It's because their story, I think, needs to be heard by different people. Because they have a voice too. And I feel like I want to hear their story. People like Chloe Herman. People like Rhea and Zach. My friends Rihanna and Zach. And when I name drop these people, this is not to be for clicks or likes or whatever. This is to be because these are the people that I admire, that I'm very, very blessed to call friends, and I just want them to share their story because because they've been through things, but then they found their white light, their happiness, whether it was with someone or with just life. You found peace. And I hope to get you those episodes as soon as possible. I'm going to make those happen. But back to the list. Somebody who has been on the show, but somebody who people have asked why she was on the show. The reason I had Sheridan on the show was because I loved her story. A young girl, a popular girl in school, just trying to become herself and finding her inner peace through dance. And that was an amazing story to hear. I loved every second of it. There's certain times in life where I am very proud to know certain people. And those people who I have just listed, I'm very proud to know. And it's times like these I'm able to talk to you, aka the people, and understand, and for you guys to understand what makes me so happy. What makes me so happy? One, I'm able to wake up every day. Number two, I always have a game plan for every day to get stuff done. Number three, my friends are happy. Scratch that. My family is happy. Certain things like that get me out of bed in the morning. And I have finally found what I believe is my purpose. And that's to begin the revolution of positive talk. For the past 10 years, I have heard nothing on the news but bashing, rumors, gossip, bigamy, that's the correct word, excuse me, racism, sexism. I don't care about any of that because that gets us nowhere. What gets us somewhere is doing things that are good in the world, such as Chance the Rapper donating almost $1 million to Chicago schools, Dr. Dre donating $10 million to open up a performing arts center in Compton. You know, even small things such as, you know, saying thank you for something. Addressing elders as ma'am or sir. Shaking somebody's hand. Meeting new people. I feel like I'm the only. I think I'm not the only person that feels this way. I hope I'm not, because I just want people. I mean, of course, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, I just want peace on earth, because I know there's not going to be peace on earth. I just want everybody to feel a little bit better every day. And I feel like that's the reason why I'm here and why this network exists. I'm glad I was able to speak to you guys. There was a lot of shit I had to get off my chest. So do me a favor. Tell your best friend you love them. Tell your mom you love them. Tell your dad you love them. Tell your brother, your sister, your cousin. Spread love just a little bit. That love could be spread. It's simple. Whether it was holding a door for somebody, saying thank you, showing appreciation. Speaking of showing appreciation, I want to send a special shout out to one of my friends, Izzy, who celebrated her birthday, who her best friend surprised her with a birthday. That was dope to see. And I can't remember her friend's name, but shout out to her for doing that, because that really shows, that's showing appreciation, that's showing love, and now she feels 10 times better than she was probably, you know. She feels a little bit better. I mean, yesterday she probably felt great, but now she feels even better. And that's the stuff I like to see. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Hunter Foreman, and this has been Talking to the People 3. I'm glad I could share my thoughts. Good night.